It's funny when Courtney sent the rundown and Chiefs-Jets was at the top of it. It's like, 17-0 at the time. I don't think it was when she sent it through, but it's like, this is going to be a blowout. Like, we'll still find something to talk about. Well, to their credit, down 17-0. And I know there are no moral victories, but the Jets needed what happened last night. They needed that.
Yeah.
And I think there is, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, there has to be something to be gained from a loss like the one the Jets had last night. The Jets answered the bell, down 17-0. Zach Wilson changed into a different quarterback, down 17-0. They tied up the game. They were in position to win the game. And they're in position to say, we would have won the game if the refs hadn't screwed us. I mean, that is much more than anyone expected the Jets to have coming out of last night's game. And it is a foundational piece now for a team that has been lost in the desert without Aaron Rodgers. This is something that they can take and use as the building block to go beat the Broncos next week. And the week after that, give an Eagles team that keeps pulling rabbits out of its butt a run for its money before it goes into the bye week. And if they only beat the Broncos, 2-4 is kind of where we thought they were possibly going to be anyway with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we did.
If they somehow win the next two, if they use this as propulsion to win the next two and they make it to 3-3, that was the best case scenario anyway. So last night, I can't think of another time where a team lost a game where you come out of it saying, you know what? Holy shit. They were done. It was over. It kept getting worse. It was never going to get any better. And what were they going to do? And let's get rid of Zach Wilson. And something happened last night. If they can bottle it, and if they can recreate it, and if this wasn't some temporary fluke of the gods of football to keep people tuned in, not that they were going to tune out with Taylor Swift in the house. Taylor Swift is a big deal when Ryan Reynolds is there too and nobody notices. That's
Wolverine was there and nobody cared. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, Wolverine were there and nobody cared about them. Not even on of course, the people running the camera, but people in the box. They were still everybody was around there. Look, even Ryan Reynolds was like, hey, look wait, don't forget about me. Remember, I came to the game with you.
leaning into the screen. Hey, and Blake Lively's like, who's Blake Lively? And it's just so funny. But so people still would have watched, but it really was amazing. And I got to give credit to the Jets. It would have been very easy for 17-0 to become 41-0 or worse. Something happened. And part of it was, the Chiefs took their foot off the gas, which they are prone to do. That's one of the reasons why the Chiefs are so damn compelling. I think at one point before the season I said, even though we always believe the Chiefs are going to be standing at the top of the mountain or close to it when it's all said and done, they're prone to these little things that keep it interesting, like their foot slipping off the gas pedal up 17-0.
Yeah, that's kind of them. I mean, as soon as that started last night, there's typical Chiefs dominating the game, get lackadaisical, lose interest, and all of a sudden the game's got to get close again to wake them up. It is a little bit of their MO. We've said that a lot through this little mini dynasty they've had. Agreed with you, though, if there's ever a silver lining in a loss, this is one. Now, the big thing is, are they going to be mature enough to what you were saying, to handle it the right way? Are the young guys who we see spout off a little too much and talk too much, are they going to puff their chest out and be like, oh, yeah, we are good and, we can play with anybody? Or, is it going to be, hey, that was good, but we can be better and let's build off that? And hopefully there's some leadership and Rodgers back in the building a little bit more that can happen. I think that'll be the first key piece there. Not to, take the silver lining, but not take it to hey, we almost beat the Chiefs. We're real. We're the real deal. We're going to come out next week and we're going to show everybody again. No, you got to go back to work. You got to do it all again, and you got to fix some of those mistakes. But, like you said, down 17-0, defense is awesome, for really the rest of the football game. And then we saw Zach Wilson turn the corner, we think, here in a positive way where they finally opened up the offense and let him attack a little bit. And he wasn't playing on 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 11 always. And he started to see, like we talk about, the ball go through the basket or the ball go into the two hands of his own team a bunch of times. And he started feeling it and playing really damn good. And he was fun to watch. It wasn't perfect, but definitely a lot of good things to build on for the Jets on both sides of the ball there.
There's a confidence that a quarterback has to have, and you can notice it on the play action pass for a touchdown.
Yeah.
After he did the fake, the way he carried himself oozed a confidence that I had not seen from him in a long time, if ever. And the throw that he made to cap it, it was not some wide-ass open guy standing there in the end zone. He had to drop it in over a defender. I mean, that was the moment to me. If he can bottle it,
yep.
If he can replicate it, if he can do it again, that tells me that the Jets should be able to go to Denver and get the victory. Now, what you were saying about how the Jets players could react, I think they need to do a little of both of what you were saying.
Yeah,
I think they do need to come out of this with a little swag.
Yeah, sure.
With a little, we can play with anybody.
Yeah,
we can play with anybody.
Right.
So we're going to go play with everybody.
Yeah.
But here's what we have to do to get there. Go ahead. I have to cough.
Okay. You're all right. Good. I was wondering what you were doing there. I thought you were about to be Chris Simms and throw up in the damn garbage can or something there for a second. But you're right. There's that fine line of
I'm back.
We want to gain confidence and, hey, we want to feel good about it, but we don't want to be cocky and then just feel like, hey, we were good last week. We're going to show up this week and be good. I think that's what we're talking about there. There's a line there that you got to dance with a little bit, and cockiness, but yet or confident, and still go, damn, we got work to do. We still are 1-3 here, and we're not perfect, and that's where you hope you can build on it. So that's where it's encouraging. But yeah, Zach Wilson, I think we saw his talent. You said it. That touchdown, I think, took a little pressure off him. And then the drive to start the third quarter, of course, was phenomenal there. And that's when I think everybody was like, wow. I mean, of course, Chris Collinsworth and Tirico were singing his praises, but that was – maybe the best drive we've ever seen Zach Wilson have as a New York Jet quarterback, really. The throws, the touchdown he made, tight window to Alan Lazard there. I mean, it just looked confident, decisive, and the appropriate ball was thrown time after time, and that was a good thing. So that's where now you hope Nathaniel Hackett has confidence in Zach Wilson to open up the playbook a little bit more, put a little bit more on his table a little bit, maybe throw another check in there. He's starting to feel comfortable. So we'll see where this goes. But I am excited for the Jets and what they did there. And it was unfortunate the way they lost. I will disagree with you, and I don't know if they got screwed by that call. Okay? I don't know about that, but we can discuss that now or later or whenever you feel necessary here.
Let me say one thing before we pivot to that call.
Yeah.
Because here's the biggest reason to believe that what happened last night was not a fluke. Think about everything the Jets had done to reconfigure their offense and tailor it to Aaron Rodgers. And even if Aaron Rodgers had lasted beyond 4 snaps of week 1, it still would have taken time for the Jets to get to where they were going to eventually be once Rodgers and the rest of the offense were humming. Abruptly, suddenly, without warning, you got to switch to Zach Wilson. And that's going to take time. That pivot is going to take time. So if last night was the culmination of the time that it has taken to get there, it's only going to get better. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.